Okay, this is the S&P 500. We talk about this change of character, which is by far the largest down wave compared to the past since April bottom. So this is a change of character and came with excessive of the supply. So something that we need to take note. However, we did not have any follow through to the downside. And in fact, what we have here is just undercut of the MA10 and then followed by a reversal bar and then continuation of the upswing. And eventually we have a breakout on this bar, which is on last Thursday. So there is actually a spring, so temporary commitment below the previous candles and then eventually close at a high and followed by commitment above the resistance level. So this is still constructive, suggesting a continuation to the upside. So as long as MA10 is still providing support, and also most importantly, I think there's a minor support level 7,500. So which is also coincide with the MA10. So as long as this level is holding, S&P 500 is likely going to test the 7,700 level. We could use a trend line sort of to project the movement. So if we could just draw this up, something like this, and the next target could be somewhere around the overbought of the channel. So we can just duplicate this line so that we can have a channel. All right, here is the channel here, and 7700 is the next level. So however, in a bearish scenario, which means that it need to break below the support level at 7500. So 7500 is the first level that you need to commit below to initiate some kind of the bearish movement to the downside. Plenty of the support below 73, 72, and worse will be going all the way back to about 70,000 to about 6,900. So until that happen, the direction is still up and is going to climb further. Okay, but so far we already have the first warning sign, which is the change of character. So you can view it as the first profit taking activities with excessive supply. So people already taking profit there. And another scenario, it could be turn out to be like another test of the target 7700 and then followed by another change of character, change of behavior, and then a further push, which is could be the third push, and eventually just exhaustion of the upward momentum followed by excessive supply and then to initiate the sign of weakness. But so far, this is still uptrend, upswing, and in terms of the volatility, we got all this small candle and we do not have the bearish bar came out again, so suggests that the bear just is hiding at the moment. Okay, so far in terms of the ups, the swing is still up, and in terms of the trend since the April bottom, this is still an uptrend, no doubt. Upswing is still intact. First target 7700 and first support level 7500. So as long as 7500 is holding, the only direction is still up. But we need to be selective in terms of the stocks and also the sectors. So Nikki said, is there other signals from institutions on shorting S&P? Okay, since it is rather extended. Well, there's quite a lot of the institutional flow into the S&P 500. So especially when there is, I think I do talk about, there is ETF inflow since the bottom, buying on the way up, buying on the way up. But if we just plainly look at this volume, So there's quite a lot of the buying showed up here. And after this fake breakdown, so this is a fake breakdown, and it does attract some form of the buying here. And also look at all this commitment bar to the upside. So this big bullish momentum bar, and where is the consolidation or even the pullback is super shallow. So look at this, very shallow pullback, very shallow pullback. And the only pullback that we have here is here. Okay, so this is a change of behavior or a change of character that came with increasing of the supply. So this is the only sign that is probably taking profit. And until we got excessive supply like in the past, somewhere around here, so until we have something like this is still a relatively healthy uptrend without excessive supply. Okay, so direction is still up. It's just need to be careful in terms of the stock selection. So if we just go in with strong sectors, for example, the semiconductor or the space sector or even the IGV, there should be plenty of the money to be made. So talking about this, let's just quickly take a look at the semi SMH. I would say that this is extended. Okay, so even with this ETF, semi ETF from about 400 all the way to about 600, 615, 18. And look at the red line. This is a MA10. It just climb above this MA10 until the previous probably 2 weeks ago, where I talk about the change of behavior. But it's still, although it broke below the MA10, it got supported by another MA, say MA20, and then bounced back up. So this is the only or the first sign that we have profit taking. So other than that, this is still a straightforward uptrend, despite how extended you complain or other traders just talking about bubble, extended, overbought. But still, this is uptrend. And until we have excessive supply and also a break below the swing low level, 528, 530, this is still a straightforward uptrend. And similarly, if we look at Mars, this is a space teams, MARS. Okay, here we go. So this is a Roundhill Space Technology ETF. Very strong trend. Okay, breakout, pullback, and keep going up, pullback again. So this is the only, the first change of character that we have. Okay, so the largest down wave that we have. So it could just go into some form of the consolidation. But still, this is a leading sector that we need to watch out for, because after a round of the pause and also consolidation, this will be great for scaling in with some form of the breakout or some bullish wage or any type of the setup that we can spot on.